Then there's another tactics. Usually you can have a couple of guys in front of the stand actually to be there like the one who are taking the eyes contact. But it's called front line. Then you can have some guys sitting there behind, and then they can continue the discussion. And you can circulate this like that. Then it's not that heavy and you are not all the time occupied. Namely, if we are only there, two there, and we have two visitors and third one is coming, what to do then? Cooperate with the next line, move the visitors there, because they don't mind, of course, they're meeting at least two different people from your company. Then there are time wasters who actually just hanging around and asking nasty questions like competitors, just curious people. We should just find out who they are and what they do if they are competitors. Usually it's very easy to find out what they do. And they, in a fair, at least I have noticed that they tell very openly that yeah, we sell these things and our customers are like this, and just asking a couple of questions. And then there are situations that you forget something, like you have an agreed an appointment and then somebody actually else is taking your time. You should some way agree with your colleague that a code, like a code word that can you please serve this person, I have another meeting, or you have to make a phone call. So that you should always be friendly to your customers. Not just leave them alone there standing to the major catastrophe, start a dialogue and then you walk away from that without agreeing anything. Then there are complainers and salespeople who are coming to you and selling something. But if you are there actually to sell, not to be sold, then you should try to get rid of them. But the stand is not the place where you are actually dealing with these kind of questions. Somebody is selling you something, or something is complaining something about you or your product. If you have to do them, you can take them out from your stand, go somewhere else.
At this point I do not completely agree to. First, because you might actually be interested in some things, and usually you know, for example, at the last fair there was a guy who was selling suitcases for jewelry companies like us. And since we have been looking for good suitcases, he was very welcome. And second point is that which can more than often happen, that your stand is very empty and nobody's there, and if nobody's there, nobody wants to come. But if you have a salesperson there, people, oh, there is already something going on. So
business is going on. Of course, you have to have the center situation, and in case of that kind of suitcase guy, he is not a time waster then.
Yeah.
He's not a time waster. He's not wasting time. You are interested in that kind of person. But if you clearly see that this is a time waster, you should try to get rid of him or her quickly.
There's also one category is Asian spies. Like
Spies.
who are taking very close-up photography of the joints.
Exactly.
Totally openly and without any shames. Like very difficult to get rid of or ask them who you are and why are you taking these photos.
It is very hard. I think the Japanese used to be the hardest one. I think some years ago they came with the camera and everything. And the big note, but there was one who slowed down, the one who asked one to took good photos. But then you can also use the situation for on your behalf, so that you are very popular.
But in our industry, the people usually know that it's not allowed to take photos. And when I was a rookie as a visitor, I made a photo and immediately the guy came to me, what the hell are you doing? Oh, okay, sorry.
A 2 years ago in Cologne also there was this, they were spreading these signs that no photography, but at the same time it was eating the tail because the bloggers, the media, they were trying to take photos with their iPhones with a logo, with their webpage, and they had it all in one, so it was kind of stupid not to allow taking photos. So we didn't actually put it up because it's not going to prevent anybody from copying, but it's going to prevent the media coverage if you say to bloggers that they can't take photos of your booth or something. So nobody actually put them. There were only very few booths that put up these signs, no photography.
I showed this earlier already. That this is the process actually what we are running at the stage. We have unknown visitors who we are attracting. Unknown visitors. We should get them interested and convert them to leads. Not all of them will be leads. And then later turn them into customers. And then if they're delighted, we can use them as a reference also. At the event, we are mostly dealing with these 3 first steps: unknown, interested, lead. Follow up, then some of the interested we can even turn them into leads, of course, and then later to customers. And you can start measuring this process if you go there often. How well does it work? How many interested people you need to get a certain number of leads, and how many leads do you get to get some customers? Let's talk about the follow-up phase briefly, because we need time to do some other things as well. The contact that you can get, you have to respond some way to them. And send a thank you letter if you that they visited and ask them how to continue the discussion. And there, in that letter, you can have a link to a feedback form, a very short feedback form. Then you can get their ideas that how was it, what did they think about your show, what was good, how did the people behave, and so on. Because it is very important for information. Why not ask? Because we can ask them a lot. Everything was based on paper.
I'm not sure how it would work, because from our this year's experience at the German fair, I got like 10 contacts who I thought that we had agreed to start cooperation already. The next step was agreed that I would send the contract, and then they sign and send back. But in fact, not nobody, but only 2 companies answered to me. And the rest 8, they didn't even answer.
They didn't answer.
Even though I was writing in German.
How was it written?
Yeah.
Germans, the first email you sent them is like 2-page thank you and like personal touch email. Then they give you back this kind of email. I was very pleased to meet you. It's very personal. They're very like long traditions. This is Catholic old Bayer Germany. This is not so that I met you and this is Estonian email. Hey, we met. You wanted to buy. Here is some contract. Whoa.
Exactly.
This is Germany. They are very conservative that way. Like what the best thing to do actually is you give them a very nice handwritten or hand-signed paper letter in a very high quality paper, send it on snail mail.
Then they appreciate you. Exactly.
Then you're like, they are like this, they are German.
This is a cultural point, exactly, and this is a very valuable point.
When you go to Finland, you have to drink coffee with them.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah. Even if they you spoke about contract, it doesn't necessarily mean that yet. You have to build this relationship first, starting with the personal letter. That's why even with those that you are planning to sign a contract, to start in the personal touch, and then later move it to that point that when we met there, we spoke about this, and now it's.
And if they have some titles, sehr geehrte Frau Dr.
Exactly.
This is very. And the end of the message you read, like it was so.
Freundliche Grüße.
Freundliche Grüße.
And not you familiar first, and then it goes like in few emails you can contact them already with like so long.
That's good to know, because I always thought that it's a short and focused.
This old Europe.
Yeah.
It is. You remember 20 years ago, everything was based on letters. You send a letter, a paper letter to them, and there was no email, and it was sehr geehrte, and so on.
Maybe actually this approach is the reason why Estonian export is not.
Exactly. Actually, yes. If you
It's cultural
I
difference.
try to remember that there was some interview or article about one Estonian had the experience who tried to explain to Estonians what they're doing wrong. This was one Estonian who has a banking software company in Frankfurt, and we had one meeting, and he explained very shortly the main problem. It was like, whoa, take it slowly. You are no one. You are no one. You are not in this inner circle. They still have this, let's say, this Bayer village is the center is old church. There are these houses which have been with this family 400 years, and they are very like hardworking, and we are Germans.
And the letter culture is very strong, because we all receive like magazines where our products have been published, and it always comes with a long letter like from the editors, and it's like wow. Just a small thing.
So you need a professional to build up this.
But this writing
with
is
these companies, especially where they are in some fields where there are long traditions, like probably jewelry, or this is like very.
But you have to have someone German speaking who does it for you, because it's not
just German, but directly Bayer German. This is what I found out, that we had many experience in Hamburg, and I'm not speaking fluently, but I can speak German. And that I found out that what we are made out of wood things, yes. That they have like in Estonia, in northern and southern Estonia, you have different names for one wood. For example, pflaume in the north, it's Schwächske. In Munich. If you go to Munich and tell them this is made out of pflaume, this is made out of Schwächske. Oh, you know this word. You're our guy. Yes, they are honored that you honor them with some knowledge about their culture and their tradition. They are not Germans. They are Bayer. This. You have to understand. This is Germany is like they have separate countries, and some they are freer. Like in Berlin, this is like free world. Hamburg is okay in northern Germany, but Munich.
They consider themselves very different,
Yes.
and you cannot sell from Hamburg, you cannot sell to Munich if you don't know exactly the way how they speak.
Yes. And the second awful place is Oslo. Norwegians, they are so proud. If you even try to speak Norwegian with them, and you are not local, go away. I had this experience. It was. There are some. They are so, like say, nationalists that we are so rich. We want to buy only local, so get lost. buyer is like next, but they are, if you honor them, they will honor you. So
I
manners.
I think the way how you can do this, for example, for Germans, that you have written a skeleton for the letter already,
of course.
already beforehand, and then you just add a couple of things what was discussed there, and then to make them focus, to remember what was the discussion. But it has to be on personal level.
This is the second thing probably is the Estonians' problem is that if you meet them there or in Estonia and you go out evenings, then this one point when you go to restaurant, you don't speak business anymore. You speak about literature, theater, music,
Yeah.
and this is like that you are like culture. This is like really living. The business is just business. But human to human, you have some values, you have some values, and then okay, next morning we meet at 9 o'clock to make a deal. Then it's business, and then it's really business. This must be professional. But when you go out the evenings with German, don't speak business. This is stupid Baltic way, just to day and night speak only about business.
Efficient.
Yes. So you need to read some books.
Yeah, but remember, it's a different culture. We have to adapt to that culture. If you follow the principles, then you will have a reward. We have to be patient. There's no shortcut in these things. And the leads that you get, you have to handle them fast. If you cannot do them in the show, then you should try to handle within the next week, the following week after the show, because they still remember you. After a month, it's too late. I remember that we used our team actually to handle the leads in the company where I was, and some guys didn't do it. They called the lead after a month, and they didn't even remember who we were. Well, yeah, wasn't that so?
Sometimes
This company.
Sometimes I thought that maybe if I do it too quickly, like during the show, that they have so much information coming in that I will get lost in the
But
200 emails.
So there comes you need to have this, let's say this 7-letter strategy.
yeah,
What is the email you send out? Let's say the evening of the same day. What is the email like 3 days after the fair? What's the email after 2 weeks after? This is like this. This is work.
And even if they don't usually respond to your first email that you sent during the show because they are so busy. But the next one, they certainly remember that, okay, I got an email from her straight after when we met at the stand. And then they respond to the next one.
The main point is that you don't repeat the same email, but every next email you add some value.
Exactly.
Don't. By the
read-
way, I remember that if you have the list what the interests actually were, maybe they were interested about some contacts, something else. Then it's this is like the
Don't
system.
repeat the same message because then it becomes spamming. Then last thing that, or we should start doing that we should not forget that, what is your return of investment in this show? What did we actually gain? Learnings, of course, contacts, leads, orders, sales, well, how many contacts did we get? How do we actually rate the value of the contacts? And the problem is that the whole process may be very big, very long, I mean, before you get the order. But anyway, you have to compare these to the total cost. And follow the leads up to the orders. Be able to trace it back that where did we meet the person first time who made this order now. Then you can see the value of the trade show. And we met these, like I said, this Telecom Africa, there was one guy from Morocco that they ordered some years after they met us there. But because we had marked that in our system, like that we could go back, then we thought, okay, at least there was one order, which was too little. We should have gotten more. And when you're asking feedback from the visitors, you should always ask what to improve, their ideas. How did they perceive your stand and your product and the way it was presented in comparison to the others? Because they see a lot of other products and stands there as well. So you can get ideas from them. If you are open, they are open. There's always room for improvement. So the whole thing, to conclude the whole thing, that it's like a triangle, the whole thing. That first we have our preparations here, then we have the event, then we have a follow-up and learning. And we can go around this circle. And all these sides of the triangle, they are very important. We should not forget any of them. And some details also that the calendar, the schedule is important. Because if you don't do the schedule, you will automatically be late. You can have an overall schedule like this. Close the picture again. But usually we have done a very detailed schedule where go back. You can have this kind of contour, but it's not enough usually. What we have done is like taken the main phases. All what is in preparation, start, end, and who is responsible for that. Everything has to be visible, because then you will see what tasks have to be done and when, and also because these are dependent on each other. What has to be done before certain activity. It's very important because it's a project for you and it has a strict deadline. So that's why you need a very detailed time schedule for that. This was actually the last slide.
May I ask about the
Yeah.
social media marketing?
Yeah.
How is it meant here that you should buy on the Facebook? Do you need to buy the promotion, or is it meant that you already have your contacts that are potential trade fair visitors?
Yeah, I have the same question. Is what do you mean by the social media marketing? Does it mean that you have to buy the advertising?
I think
how to focus it on the people that you need
Because
to find?
if I go to Germany, I don't have any fans or followers on my Facebook page from Germany. So what kind of marketing?
But you have any people in Germany who are in Facebook?
On Facebook there are probably tens of millions.
With the point that you can buy advertisement in that region.
For this region,
For your client.
it's not very easy to
targeted.
target this very,
Yeah, but actually nowadays anyway you should have to buy the advertisement because Facebook is changing its news feeds. So
Changed
yeah.
already 3 months
Yeah,
ago.
like categorically. So if you just post it, won't like reach almost anyone you want it to reach. So you have to buy it.
Exactly. You have to, yes, because of that reason.
But you can target the region, let's say Munich, like what you are looking at.
We
Is
tried it
end
last
customers
year.
or resellers?
We did it. We promoted on social media and we took the promotion and targeted in German. This
It's too wide.
Cologne area,
Uh-huh.
and it didn't work
Mhm.
It did
very
work.
well.
Okay, okay.
Maybe you should have
Maybe.
some updates on your page about that you are in fair, because when they are looking at you, they are not sure is that your page or not. That they say, oh, okay, this is what I saw actually.
So
This time.
that is
This is
for
probably
granted anyway that I
but-
have it on my page. This news that I'm on the fair, but this targeting is quite tricky. I mean, it's not so easy that I just target Germany with this interest. It's
Yes.
you have to spend a lot of money then to get the real coverage for the social media.
And yeah,
Yeah, we can-
it is tricky, yeah, it is, but we know that it can be done. But it is also one more cost element. And actually once you have your message, parallel with the invitation, you should just start directly the social media marketing already. Okay, this will start is a bit too late. And you should post something new here all the time. Not the same message, really. Yeah,
And what will happen then?
what will happen then?
If you
Yes,
just post it, nothing will happen.
Yes,
You have
one
to
thing
pay for it.
Nothing happened.
Yeah. You have to pay a lot of money
You have
to
to
be
pay-
visible on
yeah,
Facebook.
Actually, I don't know what will happen, but that is what the customers told me that they have done. But it's
When they did it? Maybe it's like
2
maybe
years
it
ago
worked like 2 years ago,
Yeah,
but
it worked
today
not
not
anymore.
That
anymore.
doesn't work. Okay.
So when you bought one promotion from Facebook,
Mm.
then your page doesn't get any coverage without paying them. It's just like a dead end circle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work anymore.
Not for free.
Yeah, but if you pay it.
Yeah, if you pay it, but then you really have to know how to target it smartly.
And you have to know, I mean, if you even don't have a budget, you still have to know how much you actually need to spend.
Yeah.
Is it 500 euros or 5,000 or maybe 15,000 euros? I don't know. I wouldn't know how much I would have to make the budget to target Germany or the southern Germany.